Welcome back. So, today our matter of discussion is the value added method of estimating national income. This is known as the best method to estimate national income through which we can completely avoid the problem of double counting. In the expenditure method, though we take the value of final goods and services sold by one company, but still there arises the problem of double counting because it is very difficult to point out how many commodity produced by one farm is sold as the final good and sold how many sold as intermediary good. So to avoid this, what we have to do, we have to simply take the value added in each stage of production, and by this we can avoid the problem of double counting of any component in while calculating the national income. So just I am giving one example that one promoter, he is constructing a home, constructing a multi-storied building. So in this case, what he had to do, he had to purchase the raw materials like sand, cement, bricks, stone chips, beams, iron rods, tiles, the commodes, and other toilet accessories, everything. So what we will do here in this stage of construction of the building, how much value is added, we will find it out. So here what we will do, we will find out the value of the home and definitely the market price. So value of the construction, that is the final product, that means the apartments, the final product minus the value of intermediaries. So this is the value added by the promoter whenever he is constructing the building. So in this is the method. So here formally whenever we find out value added in any stage of production, our formula is value added means the value of final goods minus the value of intermediaries used. So if we do the subtraction, we will get the value added in this production process. Now, value of final goods has its two components. So one is value of sales and second is the change in stock. So here what we can see, sales has also its two components. Number one is domestic sales and number two is export. So sales means domestic sales plus export, and change in stock includes, that means this is the value of closing stock minus opening stock. So closing stock means we will take the value of the stock at the end date of maybe one financial year or calendar year. So if we are considering the value added, the change in stock from in the financial year 2022, 2020, 2021, that means the closing stock will be measured on the date 31st March of 2021 and opening stock will be measured on the date 1st April of 2020. So this is the change in stock. So finally what we can write, the value added in any stage of production or in any production is given as number one, domestic sales Number 2, export. So we'll do plus. 3, closing stock. Number 4, 3 minus 4, opening stock. Minus 5, the value of intermediaries. So domestic sales plus export and plus closing stock minus opening stock. So this is called, total is called sales. Closing stock minus opening stock is known as change in stock. So whenever we add sales and change in stock, we will get the value of final good. So whenever we subtract the value of intermediaries from the value of final good, we get the value added in this production. So now we will, whenever we are estimating the national income of our country, what we have to do? We have to take 3 different sectors on aggregate. So there is primary sector, secondary sector and the tertiary sector. So primary sector normally means the agriculture, animal husbandry, fishery, etc. etc. The secondary sector includes mainly the small scale and large scale, in medium scale and large scale industry. So basically the industrial sector of a country. And tertiary sector includes mainly the service sector like banking, insurance, housing, finance. So all of the tertiary sector. So what we will do here? Now we will just add number 1, gross value added in primary sector plus gross value added in secondary sector plus in tertiary sector. So if we add these components 1, 2 and 3, we will get here gross domestic product at market price. So that means the value of goods and services produced within the domestic boundary of a country in a particular financial year, or to be specific, in a particular time period. Better to say in general form, in a particular time period. So if we add gross value added in primary sector, gross value added in secondary sector and the gross value added in tertiary sector, we get gross domestic product at market price. And now what we have to do? In gross domestic product, we have to add net factor income from abroad. So from here we will get gross national product at market prices. Now, in the next stage, what we will do? Gross national product at market prices, from which we will subtract the value of depreciation, or what we call the consumption of fixed capital. So if we do it, what we will obtain? We call it the net national product at market price. So from GDPMP, if we identify here, we will get gross national product at market price, which is the value of goods and services produced by the domestically owned factors of production of a country within a particular time period. And whenever we will subtract the value of depreciation of the consumption of fixed capital, we will get net national product at market price. So net value of goods and services which are produced by the domestically owned factors of production within a particular time period. And now at the last stage, what we do? We have to subtract the net indirect taxes from the net national product at market price to get national income or net national product at factor cost, which is known as national income. So in this way, we completely avoid any possibility of double counting of any commodity, because we are just considering the value added in each stage of production. So if same commodity is used as final goods and same commodity is used as intermediary goods, there will be no problem, because whenever it will be used as intermediary in some sector of production, automatically the value of the intermediary will be subtracted. So value added method is the foolproof method to estimate national income. At least it completely avoids the problem of double counting. Now we will practice a sum that we are hypothetically considering a country in which we are giving the components. So first we consider the primary sector. In primary sector, so we are measuring everything in $1 million. So in primary sector, domestic sales 40, export 20, closing stock 30, opening stock 20, value of intermediaries 35. B. Secondary sector. Sales 75. Closing stock 40. Opening stock 15. Value of intermediary 55. C. Tertiary sector. A. Domestic sales 90. Export 30. Change in stock 40. And D. Value of intermediary is 60. Net factor income from abroad 20. the value of depreciation or the consumption of fixed capital. Seven. And net indirect taxes equals to 13. Now we have to find out the national income. So first, if we consider the primary sector, what is the change in stock? Change in stock equals to 10. Domestic sales 40 and export 20. So value of sales is 60. So value of final goods will be 60 plus 70 minus value of intermediaries equals to 35. So gross value added in primary sector will be equal to 35. Now, in the secondary sector, the value of sales is given as 75. So, what will be the change in stock? Closing stock 40 minus 15 equals to 25. So, total value of sales is 75 plus 25 equals to 100. So, if we subtract the value of intermediary, we get the gross value added in secondary sector equals to 100 minus 55 equals to 45. Now let's come to the tertiary sector. So tertiary sector domestic sales is 30 and 90 and export is 30. So that means total value of sales is 120. What is the stock? Change in stock is 40. So value of final goods will be 120 plus 40 equals to 160. So if I subtract the value of intermediary is 60, we will get 100. So gross value added in tertiary sector equals to 100. So what will be the GDPMP? So in this case GDPMP will be the gross value added in primary sector plus gross value added in secondary sector plus the gross value added in tertiary sector. So 35, here it is 35 plus 45, 85 plus 100 equals to, so 35 plus 45 equals to 80, 80 plus 100 equals to 180 is the gross value added in market price. Or the gross value added of the country means the gross domestic product. So this is the GDP at GDPMP will be equals to 180. So now we have to find out the GNPMP. So GNPMP equals to GDPMP plus NFIA. So 180 plus 20 equals to 200. So value of GNPMP equals to 200. So at the next step what we have to do? We have to subtract the depreciation from the GNPMP to get the NNPMP. So net national product at market price will be equal to 200 minus 7 equals to 193. And at the final stage, we have to subtract net indirect taxes from net national product at market price to get national income. So, net national product at market price minus NIT equals to 193 minus 13 equals to 180. So, the national income of this country is 180. So what do we have to do here? We have to first, whenever this type of data is given, what do we have to do? First we have to calculate the gross value added in each sector. Then we add them all and we get gross domestic product and market price. From GDPMP to we can to GNPMP. From GNPMP, by subtracting depreciation, we will get the net national product at market price, and from the, if we subtract the net indirect taxes from the net national product at market price, we will get the net national product at factor cost, which is national income. I have used in these steps, but you can shuffle the stages also. You can go from GDPMP to NDPMP, NDPMP to NDPFC, and NDPFC to NNPFC. So as you wish, but you have to remember from GDP we have to add with GDP MP whenever we are coming from GDPMP to NNPFC, the only thing will be added net factor income from abroad, and two things will be subtracted. One is the value of depreciation and the value of net indirect taxes. So we will get here the national income. I can give one more for practice. The viewers can try to solve it. So here, just I am giving one more sum. The viewers can try to solve it themselves. So I have given here NFI negative, NFI can be positive, can be negative, depreciation. So you can try to estimate national income from this set of data. Okay, so this is how to you estimate the national income of a country with the help of value added method, and this is one exercise for you.